Chris.
That's me.
It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's been a while, yeah.
Oh, man. At least we're able to keep the one podcast going weekly.
Yes, that's been a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, life has gotten in the way of a few things, and the world of gaming and all that other stuff has been kind of just down spiraling.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's actually good that we didn't cover all those things because the entire rest of the world has been doing it, and it's depressing. So just before recording, Chris and I were talking about maybe we can use this pod to uplift people. And the subject that we want to talk about, well, I decided on it, and Chris was like, yeah, sure, because he just does whatever I tell him. Is like the benefits of moving on from consoles and over to PC.
Yeah.
Not exactly abandoning consoles, but just it's like it's as annoying as being a CrossFit person. When you're in CrossFit, you just can't stop talking about CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's what PCMR is. PC Master Race is always like, oh, bro, you didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like we can kind of talk about like how since we've had our PCs, what benefits we've had, and just I don't know, like the reasons why to jump ship, especially now after what's been going on with Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Xbox, not there's no defined Xbox anymore, which is hilarious because I've been saying this for years, as a joke. I've been saying, what's an Xbox? And now their slogan is everything is an Xbox. And it cracks me up. And
when everything's an Xbox, nothing's an Xbox.
Exactly. So, and PlayStation also doesn't really have exclusives anymore. Like maybe they're exclusive for the first year, but then they hit the PC also, except for their live service.
Yeah.
And except for live service, though, I guess Sony's policy is live service stuff is day one on every platform. Because that's what happened with like Helldivers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Let's just dive into it. But yeah, welcome back everybody to the official Pixel Benders podcast. I'm Noise.
I'm DammitKriss.
And let's just, I don't know. Do you have a reason off the top of your dome right now?
I actually wrote down a bunch of reasons why. Yeah.
Okay.
So one of them, that is especially lately has been happening, the rising costs of consoles.
Oh yeah, what the heck is going on with that?
Yeah,
old consoles.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you heard what happened with the Switch, the first Switch.
Yeah,
they increased the price on those.
Yeah,
and the OLED. Yeah,
was it last year or earlier this year? Xbox increased the price of their old systems.
Yeah, and it's like, why? And they're like, oh, it's because of tariffs and stuff. No, the tariff stuff has been dealt with and figured out and everything. It has nothing to do with that. Plus, it doesn't even come close to how much they've raised the prices. Like, I want to say there's a $50 difference now between the Switch OLED and the Switch 2 or something like that. And there's no reason for that. Absolutely no reason. It's ridiculous. And I could go on and on about that. But anyway, that's not what this is about. But like you think about it, and I understand people are like, oh, well, PCs cost a lot more than that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yes, once, and then you can upgrade it over time, and and even that, if you do it right, you can build a PC. I mean, you look, there's so many channels, Jay's 2 Cents, Linus Tech Tips,
Gamers Nexus,
they all do videos on budget builds. Can I build a gaming PC for $500? Can I build it for $1,000? Can I build it for $1,200? Yes, you can. And when you take into account all of the costs of owning a console, because guess what else comes with consoles? You have to buy games. You have to pay for a monthly subscription if you want to use any sort of online service.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
All that stuff. It adds up. And then after 3 or 4 years, you have to buy a new console. And there's another $500, Before you know it, 5 years later, you spent well over $1,500 and you could have bought a really nice gaming PC for that much,
Yeah, like just to add to that is people who bought PS5s and then also bought PS5 Pros.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you had already built a PC, those upgrades, because that's the thing too, is Sony and Xbox, and especially right now Nintendo, are charging you for upgraded versions of games you already own.
Mhm.
And in the PC world, that's non-existent. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes there is like a definitive edition or something like that. Like, for example, I have Death Stranding, and then they also released Death Stranding Director's Cut. That
Mhm.
was like a $10 upgrade path, and I kept both versions,
Yeah.
which that was pretty dope. I know they did that with Horizon, the first one, right? And there was an upgrade path to PS5 for like $10.
Yeah, something like that,
S-
yeah.
So yeah, every once in a while, the console makers do kind of do that, but in the PC world, it's backwards compatibility is forever. Like,
Mhm.
that's like my reason, I think, is I can play the oldest game in the world on my PC,
Yeah.
right? There's no restrictions. They're like, oh, this one will only work with Windows 95. There's a way to make it work. There's
Mhm.
compatibility modes. There's wrappers. GOG.
Patches.
Yeah, GOG has like DOS games wrapped around their own thing, which is called a DOS box,
Mhm.
just ready for you to go. Right, you don't have to grab DOS box and learn how to configure that to get King's Quest or something running.
Yeah.
GOG just has it all packed into one thing. It's just like boom, it's ready to go. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how many times I've purchased a game over and over and over because I wanted it on the new version of a console, right?
Mhm.
Like, Nintendo has grabbed me this on this multiple times with the Wii, the Wii U, the Switch, and that was the last time. Like, I'm never buying a Nintendo product ever again
Yeah.
because they've gotten me so many times on that. And I think I've told you, Chris, that when the Revolution was announced, right, the Wii, Reggie Fils-Aimé promised that they were going to put all old classic games like NES and Super Nintendo, like, on a service for free.
Mhm.
And instead, they turned around and created the Wii Shop channel and charged you like $10 for like Ocarina of Time and Super Mario Brothers, and it was just, and I paid it like an idiot,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
And
there's a lot
and
of people do, yeah, and still do. Yeah.
and what's crazy is I was already emulating these things on like a old PC. I mean, not an old PC. I think it was all right. I didn't have any graphics card on the PC, but I was already emulating this stuff, and I get it. I get the whole getting the official version, from Nintendo. I get what it's like to want that, and that's
Mhm.
why I purchased them multiple times. And then I come to find out that those Wii versions of those games, those are ROMs that they took from websites,
Yeah.
put their own Wii wrapper on it, and then sold it to us.
Mhm.
Like, you could see the signature of the person who ripped the ROM in
No,
the code.
and you can like the NES Mini, the
Oh
SNES
yeah, the
Mini,
classic.
all
Yeah, mhm.
those are just emulators. That's all they are.
Yeah, and
They're just
I own
licensed
them.
by Nintendo. They're emulators. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
I own a NES, for the novelty, and then I cracked that thing and added more games on it. I even put
Yeah.
Genesis games on there and Game Boy Color games. I don't know if advanced, but yeah. I'm just a sucker for like what can I emulate? Can I
Mhm.
emulate on a pregnancy test? Like, I just want to see what I can emulate on.
Yeah.
Um, but it's crazy. Even though I can emulate, I still like want the official version. But this last year was like the last straw, and yeah, I think yeah, backwards compatibility. It's just what a like we're on cloud nine here in the PC world. Like,
Mhm.
as far as like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What about you? What do you got in mind?
Well, that the compatibility stuff. Um, the cost, I guess, because I'll also add on to what you're saying. It upfront, it does seem like a lot, right?
Mhm.
One thing I suggested to a member of our community, because they wanted to do some like 3D rendering in Blender. They were asking me for my advice, like, what should I get, this and that, and it's always hard to answer that question.
It is. Yeah.
But one thing I always recommend is build your PC piece by piece, buy parts, like 1 month at a time if you have to,
Mhm.
because that's at least that way you're like one step closer, And
Yeah.
sometimes some things go on sale, and you can be like, oh, I could get 2 things this month, right? Like
Yep.
I could get the CPU with the cooler this month, or I could get the motherboard with some RAM. And there exists combos like that in like Micro Center and stuff like that. You can get like a CPU motherboard combo
Oh, yeah.
for like ridiculously cheap, or all 3 together. Like, um, just because it's hard to like upgrade your processor when your motherboard is not going to be compatible with it, right? Like Chris
Mhm.
and I are kind of stuck there right now. We're stuck
Yeah.
on the right,
AM4.
yeah,
Yeah.
AM4, which is from AMD. So we're capped out on processors. Actually, I think we have the latest processor we can have on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're stuck, which is okay because our computers work fine. Like we're not angry that they're not running modern games. Chris, I think, have you tried to run Delta at all?
I have not.
Okay. I heard it's fine because I think Mr. Robot, he also has a 3060.
Okay.
Was it him or was it Danny Boy? No, I think it was Danny Boy. Danny Boy. He said there was only like a few like lighting artifacts, nothing like, oh, unplayable,
Yeah.
Not unless you're from Digital Foundry, you'd be like, this is unplayable. Which I love those guys, by the way.
Yes.
They're great and their standards are way high. But yeah, I mean, the cost over time, it's very minimal. There's Steam sales, there's Humble Bundle. Epic Games gives away free games like every other week or every
Oh,
week.
yeah. Yeah.
Some of them are trash. Some of them are like, whoa, this is free right now. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
If you have Amazon Prime, they give away games. Through Twitch. I think what's it called? Redeem them through there, or
Yeah.
just I don't even know. I do it through Twitch. So
Mhm.
GOG also has some sales here and there. GOG is also DRM free. So when you purchase the game, you own it. It's not
Just like it
this.
used to be.
Yes. It's not this Steam, Xbox, Epic Games, you're licensing the game. No, you from GOG. So if you really don't like any of that idea, you can go to GOG and whatever games they got, you buy them. As long as you have that executable file, that game is yours. So you back it up on a computer or a DVD if you're a Neanderthal or whatever you got to do, that is yours forever.
Yeah, which, by the way, consoles even are going that way, like towards DRM. Even PS5, if you have physical copies,
Yeah.
you have to be connected to the internet in order to authenticate it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play games offline anymore. You can't just play a game. And that means if they decide to remove that game from their library or whatever, you no longer have the rights to play it.
Ironically, that was the future that the Xbox One painted for everybody, and everyone was like, "What? No!" And that destroyed the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And now everyone's doing it.
Mhm.
It's weird. So that's the great thing about PC is the you're just going to save a lot over time. There's
Yeah.
websites also, Green Man Gaming. I have one that's called Eniba that I go to, and they're like resellers of like keys and stuff like that. So and they're legit. I know there's some out there that are like, I don't know, like G2A. I think G2A is sketchy
Oh, yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
So the key you buy from there may not may not actually be legit, and one day the real person who owns it might be like, what the fuck? But there's just a lot of avenues to get games legitimately. By the way, I'm talking like you pay money, you get it legitimately, because there's
Yes.
a whole nother world that I will also talk about later. But um yeah, it's over time. I mean, my backlog is humongous. I've I've played maybe 25% of all the games I own on PC, which is nonsense. Those damn Steam sales are cruel.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
it's just like I don't want to buy this game right now, but it's on sale.
A friend of a friend of a friend says it's a nice game, so I should
Yeah,
get it,
I
you
might
know?
as well get it. I might play it one day.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
classic one day, yep.
yeah, one of these days I'm gonna buy it. But still, I still feel like I save money. Like you said, Chris, with the subscription that you have to pay just to do multiplayer
Mhm.
on consoles. That's the money you can use towards these dumb sales that come along, and at least you get something out of those sales.
Yeah.
Where this, Xbox Live or PlayStation Network or Nintendo Online thing is just so you could be online.
Yep.
You're already paying for internet. Why are you giving your money away to someone else
Yeah,
Why for their
and people
servers?
say, "Oh, it's to support their servers. It's to provide for everything." What about all the other things? All
Yeah,
the
why
other places, PC, the games have the same servers. Why aren't we paying for that?
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bunch of BS, I think. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, basically over time I say the cost is a lot smaller. And then the great thing too is you might pick up a hobby from building your own PC. By the way, we're talking about desktops because laptops you cannot really upgrade. I think the
yeah,
only thing you can
you're
upgrade
very
is
limited.
RAM.
Yeah,
So I don't recommend your first gaming PC or anything like that to be a laptop unless you absolutely just want something to play on and don't want to worry about anything.
yeah.
I mean, my first gaming laptop was like an Alienware. Actually, no, yeah, I guess I would count that as my first gaming PC because my other PCs were just, for like school or whatever.
Okay.
Um, you know, the the craziest thing they ran is like Quake 3 Arena,
Hmm.
and that was like I ran on a potato back then.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, that even though they needed hardware acceleration, like the graphics cards back then, they were like $50, dude. Like graphics cards back then were, I don't, what a world we used to live in.
Right.
$50 graphics card, I had to save up for that, dude,
Yeah.
to run Quake 3 Arena. Um, yeah, so I'd say my first gaming PC was like this chunky Alienware that weighed like, what was it, like 13 pounds or
Yeah,
something.
they were. Oh, geez,
Like
they were thick.
my thighs would get like so tired and my legs would go numb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played on this thing, but I don't recommend that. I think, getting a pre-build or building your own will benefit you greatly. And doing it piece by piece, if you're on a budget, helps you with the whole patience part of
Yeah.
kind of like learning when prices are going to go down and really you're going to do more research that way too.
Hmm.
Because if you do research and just like, I'm going to get all these parts all at once,
Yeah.
the danger, of course, is the return the return policy will expire probably on the first item you buy by the time you
Hmm.
get your last piece.
Yeah.
That was a risk I took. Because that's how I built this PC that I have now. I did it piece by piece, and at the end I was like, is this thing gonna boot up? Because it took like
Hmm.
about a year. I had
Yeah.
the case first. I had an old GPU that was water damaged that I managed to clean. And yeah, then the motherboard, then the processor, and then I was like, okay, let's hope this thing boots, and it did, even with that water damaged GPU. But
Impressive.
yeah, yeah, it was probably doing damage to my motherboard. But it's
Yeah.
fine. It's okay right now.
Yeah.
Still
And
going.
and I want to add on to the whole like building your own PC. I understand there's a lot of people out there that are very nervous, very skeptical,
It's
very
scary.
yeah, it is very scary. To build your own PC. If that's absolutely the case and you absolutely want to avoid that, there's so many places you can go that you can pick out pieces for your PC and they'll build it for you for a small fee and do that as opposed to just getting a pre-built, which of course that's always an option as well. But a lot of times pre-builts they use like proprietary parts or things that aren't like they're not like OEM parts and things like that. They're like, oh, this is built specifically for this computer and it's built into the motherboard. So you can't really upgrade them as easily.
Yeah.
Um, and so I always urge people it's better to build your own. If you are absolutely uncomfortable with that, you have gosh, I can't even think of anything off the top of my head.
I think of the places.
Yeah.
Well, Micro Center is a great place. If you happen to live near a Micro Center,
That's true. Yeah.
possibly the best place right now in the US to
Yeah.
pick out parts. I think you could even, grab some help from somebody there and be like, "Hey," and build one with a guy.
Yeah.
And then at the end they have a little center where they'll build it for you.
Yeah. Oh, Build Redux. That's one.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that.
Um, it's yeah, they build PCs. And a lot of times with those two, they'll have like a system built in that'll check to make sure everything's compatible.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a lot easier to do
compatibilities. Yeah.
nowadays to make sure it all works together. It's not as crazy and chaotic as it used to be.
Yeah, it's not rocket science anymore.
But it's you still want to make sure everything's going to work together, and that everything's kind of optimized and all that kind of stuff. But they have a system in place that'll make sure everything's compatible and works together and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's like you pay $100 extra for them to assemble it and send it to you,
Okay.
which that's not really bad at all.
Yeah,
So
that's a hell of a deal. 100
Yeah.
bucks. Yeah, and they
um,
say free shipping here.
yeah, a lot of them do.
That's
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, yeah, compatibility, that's a good point. I did everything on my own as far as like picking my parts. I used PCPartPicker.com,
Yep.
and the site actually restricts the parts that you can see when you pick them out, based on either the motherboard or the processor that you pick.
Yeah.
So that way you can't accidentally like buy an Intel processor for an AMD processor, or sorry, you can't pick out
Motherboard.
a motherboard. Yeah, an AMD
Yeah.
motherboard. Like they're incompatible,
Mhm.
but you can't accidentally do that because the site goes, nope, you don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
You know, and it even
You
gives
can't
you
see this.
warnings. Yeah, yeah, don't look at this. Um, it'll even like let you know when you're above your wattage. So if you pick up a power supply unit that's not going to be good enough for all the parts that you picked,
Mhm.
it'll give you a warning. It'll be like, hey, this might be too much for this. Like obviously you'll be able to boot it, but as soon as the system is under load, it
Oh,
might just
yeah.
shut down.
Yeah.
So it'll let you know, like it won't stop you, but it'll be like, hey, your system is going to be running at 660 watts, and you're only grabbing a 500-watt power supply, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of great services out there that you can use to just get an idea, and they're fun. Like just go in there and just build one. Don't even check out. Just pick pieces,
Mhm.
build your dream machine. And dude, I did that for months before, I started pulling the trigger on these parts. Like every like couple days I'd go into the site just like dreaming of this thing, like, oh man, one day, and yeah, it gives you a little personal goal.
Yeah.
Cause I miss the idea of consoles. Like I think the last real consoles were the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox One and the PS4, they were they were basically PCs. Like their architecture changed to x86, which is what a PC is.
True. Yeah.
So they weren't really PCs consoles anymore. They weren't proprietary. The PS3 had the Cell processor, and the 360, I don't even know what the hell that thing had, but they only worked with the thing they had.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't feel proud of owning a PS4. Like our other buddy that's on these podcasts with us, German. He loves his PS3 first gen,
Yeah.
even though it doesn't work. He's like, I'm holding on to this son of a bitch. But I've never heard anyone say like, I'm gonna hold on to my PS4. You
Yeah.
know, like the only reason I'm holding on to mine is because I have PT installed on there. There's no other way to play that game. That's the only
True.
reason I
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
But as far as like, ooh, the hardware, like I don't give a shit. It's a glorified console, or it's a PC disguised as a console,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Well, especially with the PS5 and PS5 Pro too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like that the PS5 looks alien because it's been a while since we had a console that looked weird.
Mhm.
And the Xbox just looks like a mini fridge. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what else, Chris? Or was that yours? I don't remember.
Oh, no, that was just building onto yours. My next one is, availability and variety of accessories.
Oh yes.
I mean, you think about PlayStation, you have what's available for it. They have, of course, their PlayStation headset,
Mm-hmm.
which is like $200, and very not
two
worth
hundred
it in my
dollars.
I think it's $200, I think so.
Holy balls!
It could be 100, I could be wrong, but I wanna say that one version is like $200.
Yeah, I'm sure they have different versions.
And it's I'm sure it's a nice headset. I'm sure it's got the 7.1 surround and Bluetooth and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. But you can find the same thing for a PC for half the cost.
Yeah, and get like a junker headset to start. Like,
Yeah,
or you probably already have something that works with your computer.
yeah. Or like a lot of people I know just use those earbuds.
Yeah,
You know, they're not even Bluetooth. They just plug it in. Nothing wrong
yeah,
with that. you know.
yeah. PCs have the audio jack
Yeah.
for all those people who still miss the audio jack on your phone. There's every PC comes with one
Yeah.
on the front and the back. You get
Yeah.
two.
Exactly.
150. The PlayStation Pulse
150.
Elite
Okay.
wireless. I mean, that's pretty normal, but you can only use it on PlayStation, I think.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Sometimes they'll have cross compatibility with like PC,
hmm
but you really have to read and do research on that.
Yeah. And your PC probably has to have Bluetooth or Bluetooth dongle, which you can get those, it's not a problem, but still, like,
If you pick the
Why?
right motherboard, it'll either, I mean, it's, if you get one that's got Wi-Fi built in, it usually has a Bluetooth antenna also.
That's true. Yeah.
So yeah, you have options on your motherboard too. So if you don't want Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on it, you don't have to get it, and it usually
Hmm.
reduces the price significantly.
Oh
Actually,
yeah, quite a bit. And
um,
I don't understand personally. I would never get a PC and connect it through Wi-Fi. I'm always hardwired in.
yeah,
So I do not, I can't justify getting the added cost for that. If you can, if that's what you want, go for it. That's fine. You know, I just easily buy a $20, $30 Bluetooth dongle and
yeah,
plug that in and use up a USB slot than to pay the what $70 extra for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capability. So
yeah. I guess it depends. I mean, if there's one like that's on a good sale, like I would grab that just for the
yeah,
Bluetooth.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I kind of wish I knew that before I bought my motherboard back in the day. Yeah, because I was like, but I don't need Wi-Fi. I'm gonna hardwire this thing, and yeah, I was like, oh shit. I didn't know it also came with Bluetooth if you grab wireless or Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oops. But each his own.
Yep.
Options. That's the thing. Options.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Um, but yeah, you know, there's so many more accessories you can use with PCs than you can with just a PlayStation or just an Xbox. You know,
Controllers.
controllers, speakers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just so many things. Keyboards,
Mm-hmm.
mice. You know, try hooking up a keyboard to your PlayStation.
Flight sticks, racing simulators.
Yep. Yep. All those things.
You can plug in any camera you want into it. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be some PlayStation or Xbox proprietary thing that
Mm-hmm.
watches you all the time and turns on when it sees you moving in your bed. Did I tell you that? My buddy Vinny, because he always used to ask me just questions, because I was always in, watching like a bonus round or shit like that with what was that? Michael Proctor, I think was his name. He was an analyst, and he would always show up on bonus round with Jeff Keighley.
Okay.
So I was always like, what's going on behind the scenes? And like now, watching Young Yeah or whatever of that time. So he'd always be like, oh, should I get an Xbox One? And I'm like, I don't think so, dude. Like, I mean, you have a PS4 already. Like, what does the Xbox One offer you right now?
Yeah.
And it was $100 more because they forced that Connect on you.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, so he bought it anyways, against my advice, which is whatever. And he kept saying that it kept turning on in the middle of the night because the camera kept seeing him move.
Yeah, that's weird.
And he got rid of it because of that. I was like, I mean, you could have just unplugged the Connect. And he's like, yeah, but I paid for it. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
but yeah, he got rid of it. He just fucking returned it. But yeah, creepy thing. I don't know if that's happened to anybody else out there. Did that happen to you guys when you had the Connect on your Xbox One? Did it just fucking detect movement and go like, hey, you must want to play video games right now?
Yeah. And I understand, and especially with women, like that's very much a vulnerability.
It's way
I
creepy.
myself have always had the standpoint of, hey, if they want to watch me while I'm naked, that's on them. It's not a great show, they're not going to enjoy
Yeah.
it, but that's on them, But I understand that other people don't necessarily feel that way, and quite often feel the opposite. I don't want them watching me in my private time or in what I'm doing or whatever. So, and I very much understand that, and I agree with them. It's just, yeah, it's dumb because
Yeah.
I heard similar stories of Connect and placing camera and all that kind of stuff doing the same thing. So it's like, yeah, I get it.
Mhm.
I understand. It's terrible.
Yeah. Microphones.
Yes, microphones
Whatever
is a big one.
whatever microphone you want.
Yeah, but
I mean, I do give credit to PS4, I think. The Xbox One didn't come with a microphone, did it?
I don't know.
Because my PS4 came with like earbuds
And it has
that
a microphone on it. Yeah,
that I can
inline, yeah.
plug directly into the controller, which I thought was dope. I mean, that's how I started my streaming career. Like, it was just that. I didn't even have the camera yet, just playing PT.
Yeah,
That was my first streaming experience. So yeah, that was cool of them. Like, to me, I was like, this is the future right here. This is what we're all going to be doing, And I remember my roommates were like, who the fuck's going to want to watch anyone play video games? I'm like, dude,
right.
You don't even know. You don't even know. And this was like, I had already known about like Justin TV, right? Because that's where Twitch started. It was called Justin TV first.
Yeah,
So I was already like broadcasting my friends and doing their open mics and stuff over the internet. So I was like, well, I'm kind of knowledgeable in this. And then when I saw it for video games, I was like, oh my god, like this is gonna take Let's Plays to a whole nother fucking dimension.
Hmm.
But yeah, what other accessories, Chris? What else can you do?
Um, Shoot, I mean, even just beyond accessories, communicating online is
Yes.
1,000 times easier
Oh my
on PC
goodness.
than on console.
Yeah.
Especially Nintendo.
I was just I didn't want to
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
want to point fingers, but man, that camera, that 10 frames per second wannabe Discord ass thing that they just made.
Oh man. And
Wow.
that's the thing. They just made it. This stuff has been available. How long has Discord been available? Like 10
Well, I have no
years
idea.
at least,
But
I would
but
imagine.
even if we're just talking consoles, 2013 was the PS4
Yeah.
and they had a camera for it.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
even
think the
even without the camera, like I understand like the camera's extra. That's fine. I don't need to
oh,
see
just like
you
chat.
when
Like,
we're
oh dude,
chatting. Yeah.
you could think as far back as like TeamSpeak, right? When TeamSpeak was or Trello, no, not Trello, Ventrilo or some shit, whatever it's
Something
called.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, those were before Discord, and
Yeah.
people still use them because like, oh, we don't like Discord, we don't like the team whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, that shit's existed way back, and if you want to go way back in the machine, you could do group chats on AIM
Oh yeah.
or Trillion. You could have all your things on there. You could have your MSN, your AIM, your IRC. Was it IRC? Yeah. Man, I'm dating myself here. Yahoo Chat, like you could have all of those on one app,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, and you can group them all together, and you could all voice chat, and it was like amazing.
Mhm.
And then when they added video chat to it, it was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
we're in the future. This was like 2003, 2004, and Nintendo's
Yeah.
just getting in the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 20 years later, that's fine.
Well, at least they got rid of the app that's required for you to chat with people now. You could
Oh
just
my
do it through the
gosh.
console.
And it was like they had that and they're like, "Oh, you can use chat finally." And then you find out it's only for specific games.
Yeah.
And if you don't play those games, you still have to use some other third party thing or use a PC. Guess what? It's like, gee,
Yeah.
what? Why?
Just grab your phone and get on Discord.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Yeah.
I don't understand how they're so far behind and people still.
And yet so far ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
yeah. It's quite a paradox.
Yeah. Speaking of accessories, multi monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I can go back to single monitor.
You can go back to
Uh,
just two. That's the question.
right, 2 is what I originally had. I know this is PCMR. What's the word? Problems. Like
Yeah.
first world problems. This is
Yeah.
PCMR problems. Like, I can't go back to one monitor. But my productivity has skyrocketed because of it. It's definitely made me more productive in my creative endeavors, like gaming, whatever. That's a perk, having multi
Mhm.
monitors for gaming. But like having just multiple screens, being able to do multiple things at once, without having a cluttered one monitor is great.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't have to be the best monitors in the world. They could just be whatever, dude. Like
Yeah,
1080p is
1080p is still
fine.
okay. Yeah, exactly.
1080p 60 is fine. Like, man, the TV I was using before I grabbed all this crap that I'm looking at now is a 32-inch TV that my wife is using right now, and it's 720p, dude. And I was using that, and I was like, this is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, it was huge, but I'm like, this is fine. Like I didn't care. And then I was like, you know what? I mean, I have a decent graphics card now. Well, not decent. It's definitely punching above its weight. Wait, no, that's not the expression. It's like it's in a higher tier,
Yeah.
right? I have a 4070, and I think I succumbed to peer pressure from the internet because they were like, "What the hell? You have a 4070 and you're fucking 1080p 60? Like, what the hell's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't need more than that, do I?" And I was kind of like, maybe I should try higher resolution and more frames. And yeah, so I got a 1440p 180 hertz monitor, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, Oh, I see. But yeah, 1080p 60 or 720, whatever, dude. Whatever monitor works for you.
Yeah.
Fucking grab that. Grab a
And
couple.
a lot
See
of
what it's
times,
like.
unless you're playing like a super competitive first person shooter or something that's like really really good, you need like perfect timing for.
Yeah, if you need high refresh rate for those, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're playing those, high refresh rate doesn't mean that much. I understand 60. I get that. Getting that range of like 40 to 60 is good.
Yeah.
But much higher than that, unless you're playing something super competitive that you need that perfect timing, I don't really feel it's necessary.
Yeah, dude. When I play single player with higher than 60 frames per second, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah,
Like, it looks dope, but I'm like, there's no tactical advantage
exactly.
for
Yeah,
me. Like, I'm just like, what? Monster Hunter at more than 60 frames? I don't need that.
yeah,
Nobody needs that.
yeah.
Uh, um, but yeah, like even Chris has just two TVs plugged
Yeah.
fucking into his computer, and one of them for whatever he's doing off to the side, and the other one for playing.
Mhm.
So yeah, multiple monitors is a it seems excessive until you use them and you realize what you could actually use them for. It's it's funny because like with the company I work for, like my soups, like they have multiple monitors. And
Mhm.
when I first started working for this company and I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? Are these guys fucking gamers? Like, what the hell do they need multiple monitors for? But then I see what they do every day and I'm like, oh man, this is super useful for office work and stuff like
Oh
that. Like,
yeah.
holy
Yeah.
crap, like emails on one screen, fucking Zoom on another one, fucking I don't know, your maps for the cable plant or whatever on another one. It's yeah, I was like, damn, okay, that this makes sense in a production sense.
Yeah, gone are the
Uh
days for us anyway, for multi screens. Gone are the days of tabs
yeah.
and all those things, oh, I gotta switch from this program to this program, and then I gotta switch back again. Oh, but this one's full screen, so I have to like alt tab out of it, and it's like
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that, you
Yeah.
know? And it's so nice.
I mean, you start creating new problems for yourself.
Yeah.
There's so there's always new problems. Like, what the hell? Why is my mouse right? You move your mouse to the left, and it shows up on the monitor on the right. Like, wait, no, that's not. They're not moving in the right spot. And then you have to
Yeah,
like, oh man, it's
rearrange it, yep.
a whole new mess of problems. But it's worth it in the end. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. To me, I consider another monitor like another accessory.
Yeah,
It's nice. It's I don't.
it is,
I only
definitely.
have one good monitor. The other two are the ones I've had for like 10 years. And, they're 1080p. That's it. They're just 1080p monitors. They
Mhm.
look fine. They still have clear ass picture. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of any other accessories.
I think that's about everything. And if you guys have any more ideas, let us know. Whatever we forgot.
Yeah, I mean, because
Um,
there's a ton of shit
yeah.
that you can plug into a computer because they got regular USB, USB-C, audio jacks in and out, optical in and out, or not in and out,
Mhm.
just out, optical out. It's just so much, dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, like graphics cards aren't the only things you can even plug into those slots either. Like they're sound cards. If you're into audio production,
Mhm.
you can get like a pretty sweet sound card that is just gonna like I don't know. Are those things still a thing?
I think so. I don't think they're as common, because their DACs are a lot better anyway.
Yeah, because
Um,
they're more portable ones, right? That you could just USB
yeah.
because USB is so fast now
Yeah.
that you don't really need. I mean, but they probably still make them.
I'm sure they do, yeah. And they're probably so cheap that it's easy to get them and
Yeah,
everything. I mean, they have those things where it'll plug into your, PCI slots that'll be like you have 3 to 6, NVMe drives can plug into
yeah,
one. It's
yeah,
insane, the stuff they have. They'll have ones for like, here's 4 more USB slots and
yeah.
whatever, my, um we call it capture card is plugged
Uh
into
huh.
one. That's another thing you can't do with console is you can't capture.
Oh
You might
right.
be able to record some,
Yeah,
but it's very limited. you know
yeah.
and
I get.
unless you have some sort of online service that lets you store that on the cloud, it's going to be stored locally, and that takes away space from your games.
Hmm.
So you
I
know
need to switch to that at some point. I'm still using a USB 3.0 capture card.
really.
Yeah,
Oh
this
man.
this whole time, but not USB 2. That was my first capture card, and boy, that delay was rough to deal with, man.
Yeah.
The audio and the video would go out of sync so hard. I'd be so pissed until I finally
Yeah.
got the Elgato HD60S.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I have two of those. Well, German has one of them. But yeah, that's what I'm still using. It still works fine.
Yeah.
But man, I would love one that's just in my motherboard. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else?
Let's see here. What have we not talked about so far?
Well, how about let's dive in further into like production, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a tool. Your computer is a full-on tool. I mean, it seems obvious to state, but you could just do so much with it, like
Yeah. It used to be like you had to have, there were specific uses for certain computers. If you had one for video editing, that's pretty much what it was used for. You couldn't really do a lot else with it. If there was one for multitasking, that's pretty much what that was for. You couldn't do a lot else with it, Whereas nowadays, you get a decent processor in there and a good graphics card, and you can do just about anything. There's no real, there's no such thing anymore as like, this is a gaming PC, this is a video editing PC. I mean, to a certain extent, there kind of is, because there are different things that are required with different processes and different things like that. But you can also use, for example, video editing. If you're heavy into that and processing video and doing that kind of stuff, you need a chunky video card that can also do you some good for gaming.
Yeah. But RAM is usually the most important thing for video editing.
That's true.
Just because it's got to hold all that in memory.
Yeah. I get. Yeah, video card is more for encoding. That's true.
Yeah. But as far as like editing, like while you're editing, the RAM is important, and then like Chris said, the rendering part, like the actual encoding.
Yeah.
You can like you benefit so much from a graphics card doing that.
Yeah. But nowadays with multi-core, multi-threaded PC or CPUs, it's pretty much the norm to get those. And while gaming doesn't always get the most from those, if you're gaming and streaming, you're already using it better than you would if you were just gaming,
Yeah.
Or if you have something else running in the background, things like that. And so now it's just like, there's not so much more a difference in that, oh, this is a gaming PC, this is a video editing PC, this is a, production PC, this is whatever PC. It's how much money did you put into it? What kind of parts do you have? That'll determine what you can do.
Yeah. So I mean, if you think about it like a car, right? There's no to a certain degree, there's no like racing cars and casual cars and whatever. If you put whatever part you want into a fucking, like, I don't know, a Toyota Tercel, you can make that thing fucking haul ass if you want.
Yeah.
Right? It's what you put inside it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can make anything a fucking lowrider. You know what I mean? It doesn't fucking matter. Even though it makes me sad watching a truck get turned into a lowrider. Like, why are you doing this?
I saw what was it? A SRI? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
The
Civic?
No, I can't even think of what it is now. The Australian car.
Huh.
Subaru.
Subaru's Australian?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I thought it was Japanese, dude. Hold on.
No, Subaru's Australian, yeah.
Subaru is from which country? Oh, is that why they call it an Outback?
Yeah.
No, dude, it's a Japan.
Is it really?
Subaru's from Japan, where it was founded in
1953. It was Australian. Oh, okay. I sit corrected. Their rally car. I can't remember. I can never remember what it's called.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but
yeah. I saw one a few weeks ago that was so low. Like the wheels were literally like at an angle, and I was just like, "This is so bad. Like it looks so bad." I understand classic low riders. That's fine. They look good. They have a nice appeal.
But you should be able to lift them when you need to.
Yeah. This just looks so bad. It's like, dude, just don't.
Yeah. That's what hydraulics are for, guys. Like. Not the jumpy, which is fun. Like,
yeah,
let's admit it. Watching a fucking lowrider hop, and do whatever. That's awesome. Yes. But that's actually what hydraulics are for, is so that you can have it low, but when you need to, you can lift it, because there's so many times I see people try to get into their driveway and there's that little dip.
Oh yeah,
the little gutter dip to get into the driveway, and I see these people go at it in an angle, and I'm like, you moron. Like what?
Yeah, and they're scraping stuff, and it
Oh my
physically
god.
hurts. It's
Oh,
like,
dude. All this work you put into this car and you can't even put it in your driveway comfortably.
yeah.
Like, if you guys are gonna do that, put some hydraulics on there. Like, trust me, bro, you're gonna save your car in the end. Like and it'll look hilarious if you just like lift the whole thing while while you're getting in your driveway. It'll be like Roger
Absolutely,
Rabbit.
yeah. Yeah.
People stare at you and you'll be like, "Hey, man, I got it in there. I got to get it in there somewhere, right?"
Mhm.
How do we get on that?
I don't remember. Another thing is customization.
Yeah, make it look like whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, your PC, you can if you wanna run AAA games at 500 frames per second and 1440p or whatever you wanna do, you can do that. You can probably build a system that'll well,
Oh,
maybe
I
not
thought you meant
5,000.
aesthetics.
Well, that too, yeah. But, I mean, like, customization of, like, what's included with your system and what you want it to do and
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff. And like even just as much as like I want this as my background, I want this as my theme. With PlayStation, you can change your theme to a certain extent.
For
Mostly, it's
money.
just colors.
Yeah,
I want this color theme or this one, and then they'll have like certain themes that'll come with games for free if you buy them.
yeah,
Or it's like you have to pay extra for this. It's DLC, and granted, they're not like super expensive. It's like $3 to $5. I don't know, whatever. But
yeah,
guess what? You do that for free with PC.
yeah. Or you can get Wallpaper Engine on PC on Steam.
Yeah.
I think it's like $10 or $20, and they have some pretty dope like
Oh yeah.
like animated backgrounds and whatever.
Yeah. Like, and you
And
can
that's a one
if
time
you
payment. That's it.
yeah yeah, and if you have your like things, if you have multiple monitors, it'll go across them, and you can
Yeah.
customize it to where it's like, okay, I can make this look like one giant picture across all my monitors.
That's how I did my that Phantom Pain thing that I did and posted on Reddit. Just spread across 4 monitors, and people were like,
Yeah.
"What the hell are you doing? This is crazy."
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
You
for
have that
fun, and I
option.
never used it again. I never used it again. I just for the post, I was like, "This looks rad." Post,
Yeah.
okay, and then I'll never use that again.
But yeah, like you said too, aesthetics. I want this case. I want a ton of RGB. I want every color in the world, and I want to flash and do all this kind of stuff. You can do that, or like me, keep it simple. Just a
Yeah,
simple black case. My
with the side off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Chris has an open case, not by choice. It's because it's too damn hot in his apartment.
yeah. But and my graphics card has like a blue light that's on it, and my motherboard has like the red light that goes around the edge. That's fine, whatever. I don't care. But I've never been one for RGB, the flare or anything like that. But if you are, go for it. Especially nowadays, it's not even that much more expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
Just don't RGB your fucking SSDs or weird things like that. Like it makes no sense. Like you're just overheating the drive.
yeah,
Like I can't believe those things exist right now. Like RGB SSDs and NVMe's. Like it was one thing for the RAM to be RGB. Like okay, I get that, but
yeah.
now you're putting a strain on your on your storage. You don't want to kill the
Yeah.
drive
Yeah, you can get
faster.
fans with RGB, you can get, all basically any part like you said with RGB on it, and it'll flash, and you can control the colors and patterns and
Yeah,
all that stuff, and it's just like, your case can have RGB. It's insane. And cases come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and obviously the more
colors, materials,
yeah, the more out there shapes and stuff are going to cost you extra, but if that's what you really want, you can get it.
or build your own.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
there's
could
plenty of people who do all that good stuff,
build
yeah.
it. People have made wood cases.
Mhm.
People have made cases that look like transformers and shit just
Yeah,
cause.
cases built into desks.
Yes, God, I need to do that.
Yeah, oh, I am so in love with that idea.
I'm gonna accidentally kick my piece. It's in front of me and on the floor. I'm gonna kick it on accident one day.
Yeah.
And it's an open case, by the way, guys. Like that one's a choice of mine. People give me grief about it. They're like, "What? It must be so dusty." I'm like, "No, it's actually less dusty because
Yeah.
the dust flies off of it all the
Same
time."
with mine, yeah, I have almost no dust inside there. Plenty of dust on top of it,
Yeah,
almost no dust inside of it.
yeah, and it makes it so much easier to clean. Like you just take it
Yeah,
outside and blow it out and just bring it back in.
yeah,
Yeah. Less fans too, by the way, when you have an open
yep,
case.
yep, absolutely.
I don't. The only fans I have is for the radiator on the liquid cooling. That too, man. If you guys want to go like all out, like hard line liquid cooling is that's a whole nother hobby onto
Oh yeah,
itself. That's like
that's
when
yeah.
that's like when you're customizing the inside of your car, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's some elite type shit.
Well, and then there's the people that do like that. They have them submerged in that
Yes,
oil.
the
Yeah,
oil, yeah.
that they could do some crazy stuff with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Color it, add bubbles. Put it in a fish tank. It's just like so
uh,
much you can do.
it's it's not very functional for very long, but it's possible.
Yeah,
I know Line has proved that. They're like, it works, but for how long, we don't know, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's an expensive hobby for sure, but or it can be rather. But yeah,
It can
if
be,
if
yes.
if that's what you want to do, go for it.
Yeah.
All the power to you.
And I want to encourage the whole RGB lighting stuff. I know a lot of people get a lot of flack online for like, kind of like Naked Snake telling Ocelot, like, that engraving gives you no tactical advantage on your
Yeah,
revolver, right? Yeah, the RGB gives me zero tactical advantage on CSGO or whatever. But it makes me like proud of the thing that I
yeah.
have,
If it
right?
makes you happy, do it. Like
Yeah.
if you want something that's aesthetically pleasing and fun to look at, that's fine. They also have those monitors you can put inside there or on the side of your PC. That'll give you like you can have little like anime displays or little
Oh,
animations and stuff like that.
yeah.
Get those. Those are awesome. I love the way those look. I don't personally want one that much. And
Yeah.
if I did, it would probably be more for like PC stats, like what's the temperature and how much RAM am I using, all that kind of stuff. But even then, I'm not too fussed about it. Whatever. There's other
Yeah.
programs you can use for that kind of stuff. But
And yeah, even like here's another accessory is like there's a lot of RGB LED accessories that you can plug in your computer
mhm,
that can react to either music you're playing or the game you're playing.
yeah,
So like if you're playing like a horror, like it'll like go red or whatever lighting is in the game. Like
mhm.
it's bonkers of stuff that you can
Oh
do.
yeah. Well, they have those LED strips you can plug into the back of your
Monitor.
TV
Yeah, yeah.
or
Hmm.
monitor, and it'll extend the colors that are happening on your TV to the background,
Right.
and
It
it just
immerses you
adds
more.
that much more immersion. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, or even like Philips Hue,
Yeah.
and I'm sure other companies do it as well. Like you
Yeah.
were saying with
Elgato. It's got a
music
bunch of
and
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and music and all kind of stuff, where it'll you can set it up to where listen to this and go to the beat or whatever. There's
Yeah.
so many things you can do, so many, and if you are creative enough or have the resources, you can completely customize it to whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
If you know a little bit of coding or if you know a little bit of whatever, you know how to work with Raspberry Pis, whatever. Like there's so many things you can do to customize. It's incredible. You're
Yeah.
limited only pretty much by your imagination at this point.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I had a last thought and I just fucking lost it. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, to wrap this up, do you have any last thoughts, quick thoughts or anything?
I mean I think that covers quite a bit of it. So if
Okay.
that hasn't convinced you, I'm not sure anything will.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's
and
fine.
yeah, yeah. If you like your console, you like your console. We just like to we love talking about PC stuff.
Yeah.
Chris and I, we nerd about it, and I think it's just because we don't nerd about consoles anymore, and it bums us out.
Hmm.
And if you're kind of in that camp where you're just like, you know what, I'm not even, you've got buyer's remorse or something like that, and it happens, dude. Like I bought things and I'm like, why the fuck did I get this? Not necessarily like a game console, but just like something that I was just like so
Yeah.
excited for, and then when I got it, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So if you're kind of like that with consoles, come explore the PC space. It's a great community. Just in spite of, what is the word? In spite, yeah,
Yeah.
of the PCMR reputation. We all speak like we're fucking elite and whatever. It's more of a meme. We don't
Yeah.
really mean this shit. There are some
And
that do, but
yeah, I was
most of
gonna
us
say
are just
there's
like,
some people that are on the extreme side of PC only, console sucks, blah blah blah, and don't listen to them. They're dumb.
yeah. I mean, I just bought a grip that will work for like my phone and stuff. And it's actually brought a second life to my original Switch now because it's so comfortable that I'm like, dude, I kind of want to play some games that I didn't really get a chance to go all the way through because I was just
Yeah.
so uncomfortable with the fucking Joy-Cons,
Yeah.
and I wanted to play them in handheld, not on my TV. So this grip is giving it a second life.
Mhm.
And this grip also, guess what? I can plug it into my PC and I could use it as a regular controller. So this thing's got like multi uses. I'm hoping to talk about it soon, like do a review on it or something.
Yeah.
But no, last thought I think that I should leave you all with is if you are interested in the PC realm, feel free to reach out to us on our Discord. Advice and whatever. We obviously won't be 100% right, but we'll give our opinions on what we know.
Yeah.
We're not experts. But one thing I can tell you to absolutely avoid when you are shopping for PC parts is anything that's hyped up to be gaming.
Yes. I was gonna mention that earlier. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything listed as a gaming piece, 90% of the time stay away from it.
Yes. It's
Be
just it's sold at a premium for not any extra features that you're ever going to
Yeah.
use.
And nothing that you're not gonna find on anything else anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want proof of that, you should watch Linus's Scrapyard Wars
Oh,
episodes.
yes.
They will
Oh,
buy
man.
the most used whatever piece of shit pieces. Obviously, none of them are labeled gaming because these guys know that parts are parts,
Mhm.
right? And if you just pair them all together correctly, they're going to do what you want, right? So
Yep.
basically, just pick the parts that you know are going to work for the game you want to play. By the way, like that should be your goal when you're picking
Yeah.
parts for your PC. What game do you want to play on it? Call
Yeah,
of
there's
Duty.
there's no reason to build a $5,000 PC if you're playing Minecraft.
Exactly. I mean, unless you're gonna do some ray tracing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, alright. Fair
Or
enough.
you're gonna load 500 mods on there,
Yeah.
Yeah, Minecraft has a low a low bar, but it can definitely fucking escalate pretty
Oh,
quickly.
yes. Yes, it can.
But yeah, pick the game, like I said, some Call of Duty, some Fortnite, whatever you're gonna pick, and then around that build your PC.
Mhm.
Like how many frames per second do you want to see this game at? Right? If you're happy with 1080p 60, build a PC that's going to do that. Any NVIDIA card ending with 60 will do that. Right? If you want to
Mhm.
go beyond that, start going the 70 route. And I don't really know the family of that for AMD,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I think their naming conventions are copying NVIDIA now, so I think it's the same. I think anything ending with 60 is that same thing, and 70.
Okay.
So I think they're comparable now to each other.
Nice.
But yeah, avoid anything that's like gaming this, gaming that. Sometimes you can't avoid it. Like I had my previous graphics card said gaming on it, but I was like, I'm buying this card because it's the card I want, not because it says gaming on it.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes you can't avoid it. But I just want to say, don't let it be the reason you buy something just because it
Mhm.
says gaming on it.
Yeah. 9
Just
times
for
out of 10, it's not gonna give you anything
extra, yeah.
superbly extra, and you're paying extra for nothing, yeah.
Yeah. Like for example, I had a customer today who, oddly enough, he was having like a Discord issue. Everything else was working for him, but he
Mhm.
said when he turned on Discord, it would give him like an error. And I was like, that's strange. So I got real curious about it, right? Because I looked at his modem and his signal was perfect. I was like, man, I fucking wish my signal was this perfect. Me being a cable guy, I still can't get my signal perfect, but this guy like the best signal on his modem, and I'm like, dude, it's got to be his computer or his router. Like, there's no way it's the modem.
Mhm.
And he had talked to Discord and everybody, and they're like, oh, dude, it's got to be your ISP. They always point the finger at the ISP,
Of course, yeah.
which is fine, job security. But
Yeah.
I told him I was like, hey, look, what we could do is like, let me reboot the modem, but let's plug in your computer directly to the modem and see if it does it. Because he said it would work when he was on his VPN. He said he would
Mhm.
turn on his VPN and Discord would work, and I was like,
Mm.
that's really strange.
Yeah.
Like that did make me suspect us as the ISP because I was like,
Yeah.
that's an IP thing, right? Discord's saying, oh, this IP bad, this IP good. So I was like,
Mhm.
what the hell? But yeah, we plugged it in directly to the modem, and he's like, "Yeah, it's working." And I'm like, "What the heck?" And so he's like, "Yeah, man, it must be something I configured on the router. Then I guess I couldn't have asked for a more reasonable customer than this dude. He just accepted it. Like he was just like, he's like, "Yeah, I mean, that's the proof, right?" Like he wasn't fighting me at all on it. I
Yeah.
was surprised. But yeah, one of the things he said was, he's like, well, it's a gaming router, so I don't know why it's doing this. And I immediately told him, I was like, listen, bro, whether it says gaming or not, doesn't matter. A router just needs to do what a router needs to do.
Yeah.
Gaming router is one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard in my life.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean? It just looks like an alien piece of technology. Like, if you think about it, gaming routers, they just look more spaceship like.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing, But yeah, so I think he just turned on a feature and Discord doesn't like it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. And I just told him, mess around with your settings some more, troubleshoot it. And if all else fails, just nuke it. Fucking factory reset that thing and everything will work like normal,
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, if you have port forwarding, you have to reconfigure all that. But yeah, man, avoid being convinced by gaming bullshit,
and
gaming hard drives, gaming SSDs,
especially if you're doing a pre-built.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is the biggest ripoff there is.
Yeah. Gaming PC.
Yeah.
Any PC is a gaming PC.
Yeah.
Be aware, and then that you mentioned that with pre-builds. Sometimes they like to skimp out on certain parts depending on the company.
Oh yeah. Dell.
That you're buying from, right? They'll give you great graphics card or whatever, and they'll skimp out on the RAM. They'll get some like real generic RAM or some shit with super slow whatever stuff, or a piece of shit, power supply or something. So look at reviews. Always read the negative reviews.
And if ever in doubt, ask someone.
Yeah.
Not an employee.
Right.
Ask a friend, someone who knows about PCs. Go on. There's so many.
Go on Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit.
Has anyone bought from this site before? What do you guys think?
Exactly. Reddit's a good one. I mean, there's plenty of other places too. Look online. Like you said, look at reviews. Do all that kind of stuff. Ask questions. It's okay to ask questions.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than buying something and immediately regretting it, and then just being like, "Fuck! Now I got to go through like the return process or some shit."
Yeah.
Or some people just give up and accept it, And yeah, there's a lot of great communities out there. Like I said, you could join ours. We're not experts, but we will point you in the right direction.
Yeah, which is usually Jay's 2 cents.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of YouTube channels and tutorials and all sorts of stuff on how to build your own. Again, if you're absolutely not comfortable with that, find a friend who will, or worst case scenario, build Redux or one of those places. Just Google some place that'll build your own PC for you.
Yeah.
And just make sure you're getting a fair price on the parts. Look into that, and wait for stuff to go on sale if you need to. Cyber Monday. Black Friday. Those kind of times. Awesome deals all over the place. But yeah, it's and there's no such thing as too much or too little to spend on a PC. I mean, you're probably not going to get much if you only have a $200 budget, but then you probably don't have much of a console either, at that point.
Right.
So, just figure out what your budget is, figure out what you can do for that. And you want to balance it around that. So you're not going to have the greatest quality games, but you can build a gaming PC for $500. They've done it several times, even now,
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible. You just have to put in a little extra work. You have to be a little frugal. You have to look for sales. You have to maybe buy some used parts, but it is possible.
Yep, absolutely. And never, ever, ever ask Chris to build your PC.
I was wondering when that was going to come up. That's true.
Yeah. If you want to hear that story, go to the Codec Calls podcast. It's somewhere in there. I'm sure I've told it 2 or 3 times, that story.
Yeah. Especially around that time. Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to us rant a little bit about the PC space. If you liked it, let us know. If you were just like, God damn it, these guys, console all the way, let us know too, man. Let us know what makes you happy about your consoles. Because I feel like I missed out on this generation just because nothing was interesting me. But, did I miss out on something? People seem kind of happy with them.
Yeah, I mean, they're being sold for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So
they must be increasing prices for a reason, right?
Yeah.
That's what consumers want. They want to pay more.
More money equals more better.
Yeah, more better. But yeah, this has been the Codec. Oops, sorry. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
This has been the official Pixel Benders podcast. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can do so through fans at Pixelbenders. Wait, what is it? Nope, I fucked it up.
Fans.pixelbender. Fans.
Fans, yes. Fans.pixelbenders@gmail.com.
There we go.
You could also leave us a voicemail if you'd like, 209-791-0995. Or, as I mentioned before, join our Discord. Come hang out.
Yes.
We love talking about this stuff. It's
we've been growing pretty well recently. I'm impressed.
And yeah, way more active than I expected. And
yeah, it's awesome.
I'm loving it. Right now, we're all discussing mostly Metal Gear right now, just because we're nearing the end of our Metal Gear podcast. So
yeah, it's all coming to a close.
Yeah, which kind of makes me sad that it's going to end. Yeah, but a new one will begin.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after. We will take a break because we're going to need it. Been doing this for fucking almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
On that Metal Gear one. Yeah. You can also catch us on Twitch whenever we decide to go stream. Links are in the description below. And if you'd like to support us, you can do so on Patreon. You get live access to pod recordings, early access to episodes. You get a chance to be one of our guests and bonus content like other bonus podcasts, film commentaries, film reviews. What are we doing with Hard Gamers now? So Hard Gamers is no longer a Let's Play thing. It's more we try out a game that's insanely hard and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
This week it was Ghosts and Goblins. So if you guys are interested, become a member, support the pod, and you can listen to us. Yeah, I don't even know. We haven't recorded that one yet, so talk shit about it, or who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But also, if you'd like to leave a review for us, it does help us out. And if you leave some words, I will read them out loud and show you some recognition. And if you're also into it, share us on your socials. We'd greatly appreciate it. Spread the word.
Yeah,
we're gonna try to turn this podcast into something positive, because I know we tried like hey, something positive and then also something negative. I think that just made me angry.
I think a lot of people agreed.
Yeah. So we'll try to spin this into something more positive. And Chris, you were also suggesting something. Want to let them know what you were suggesting?
Yeah, just kind of like a not a slice of life. What would you call that? Like just us in real life, I guess. Our experiences, what we go through on a daily basis. Because I mentioned, like, in our other podcast, especially Codec calls, we go off topic a lot. And
yes,
and sometimes we can go off topic a lot and we hold ourselves back. And I just think it would be interesting just for us to share, just talk about random stuff, whether it's
just one where we're allowed to go off topic for longer.
Just talk about whatever. Yeah. We can talk about, who would win between one man and a gorilla, who's gonna win, in that fight, or
one man and a gorilla. I think the gorilla would win.
Or no, it was 100 men versus a gorilla. That's what it was. And stuff like that, like, different things, just random topics, whatever, that doesn't fit into anything else we talk about. So it's kind of that kind of stuff,
Yeah. So let us know if you guys think that's a good idea. This specific podcast will fluctuate a lot. There's no set rules to what we're going to do here. But
just chaos.
Yes. I like that.
What was the Outback Steakhouse? No rules, just right.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I think that's what it used
was
to
be.
Is that
their slogan?
I think so. Yeah.
No rules, just right. I thought it was Australian for beer.
That's
That's Foster's.
Foster's, yeah. I think.
Imagine that. Outback Steakhouse, Australian for beer.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out in the Pixelbenders podcast. I have been Noise.
I'm DammitKriss.
And we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye, Chris.